Guys, you're watching Z1 and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Mansion. Couple of things I want to do today. The first thing, I've moved the sports car, the F1 style car, over. I think it was here in front of this garage door. I've moved it over to here because I want this space for a subscriber idea, and it was a boat on a trailer. I think it's a really cool idea because it's the sort of thing that you would hook maybe that big old black 4x4 style vehicle up to and then drive it to the ocean, because definitely this mansion, the person who lives in this mansion is going to have enough money to have a boat, isn't he? And I think it's going to be a really fun build as well. So we need to work out a wheel block for the trailer, which I think black wool is always the best, with some buttons upon it. And then for the actual trailer itself, the block for the trailer itself, we want like a grey block. It's between stone brick slabs because the textures sort of connect together, and stone slabs. Now the reason why I might not do stone slabs is because it's a little bit too light. I think it's a little bit too similar to the stone on the floor, and I don't know how much it'll stand out, but those blocks, they're a little bit darker. I don't know. It's up to opinion, I think is the best way. So we probably want 3 wheels on the back. Now I want to keep this to scale, to our world scale as well. And all of our vehicles, whenever I do a vehicle, I do them 3 blocks wide. 3 blocks wide. 3 blocks wide, okay? And then if I do something like a big old truck or lorry, you know, with the trailer, then I do 4 blocks wide. And that's the scale that I sort of like to work to when I'm doing vehicles in Minecraft. So once we've got the width in, we know that we need to keep this boat that's going to be on the trailer to 3 blocks wide as well. Now this is the kind of fun, I'm going to say fun struggle that I like with Minecraft, trying to get this scale to work with whatever thing we build. And sometimes that's not easy. I need to get like that up here and then that there. Do I like that back of the trailer? I don't know if I do. Basically, whatever. No, we need it up here for sure, because the boat itself has to sit on top of a full block, and we can only get a full block with the slabs being at that height. That shouldn't be a problem, because what we can do is we can have like cobblestone walls, which we'll be probably using a lot of anyway in this world, and we can join these up like this and a slab underneath. I don't know if I like those underneath there. Let's go around the back. I don't like that back. I'm going to have to change that up. But I think that sort of looks like it's connected to the wheels, doesn't it? Yeah, looks like a miniature tank at the moment, doesn't it? It's the cutest tank in the world. Okay, so once we've got that, let's get some stairs. And we might even need some full blocks of these as well, so we'll grab some of those. Now, we want this to be this is a really hard shape. This is a really hard shape. Like that. Put that one there. That's pretty good. That's like over the top of the wheels. In fact, I think I might bring this back by 1. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. And I think I'm liking the back a little bit better now I've taken those other half slabs away. Maybe we shall change these up to 3 upside down stairs, though. No. It doesn't work. It's because I'm working like half a block out to what I would usually. It's throwing my mind a little bit. So we also need to drop this down again by a half slab. So let's come up from the ground here. Because we need to keep this on a full block to be able to sort of keep the nose of the boat up. Now we do need a long trailer. It's not going to be a short one. I'm expecting out to about here, which is why I put 3 wheels on each side, so 6 wheels in total, because it has to be able to hold a huge, well, pretty big at least, boat on it. So, the boat itself, let's leave the trailer there for the moment. I'm going to need some cobblestone walls to hold the boat up. But what do we make the boat out of? I'm thinking about a dark wood on the bottom, and then maybe a quartz as the top. I think that makes a lot of sense, don't you? And maybe some black for another bit of colour. I don't know. We'll leave it like this for now. So, we want the boat to be here, 3 blocks wide. So, that's right on the edge. And this is right on the edge. I should probably fill those in with full blocks, shouldn't I? Now, we don't want it to hang over the back, but I wouldn't mind it, like, being touching the back, like this. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. And then we probably want this to come out... How many more blocks? We need a way into the boat, so you have, like, your little section. If you imagine that this is in the water, you always have a part of the boat that is, like, basically just steps that you can either fish off the back on or climb onto if you're in the water, or maybe to get from a jet ski onto the boat, that sort of style. So you want these coming down here, and then a windscreen somewhere. Would a windscreen be about right there with some black stained glass? There's quartz stairs. Like that. And then maybe some black carpet on top. The white I don't think would look all that good, but the black might just be a nice contrast. And we're going to need some string. Stringy, stringy, string. There. I will find things eventually. String and string there. This is something I very rarely do boats, but I know I've never done a boat that's on the back of a trailer before. I don't like that. That looks pretty cool, though. I like that. Okay, and then we want this boat to sort of the front now to look a little bit more boat-ish. It's definitely not looking very boat-ish at the moment. So we want some sort of shape like that. And I think that's pretty good. And then a dark wood one facing that way. You know, that does look like a boat. If we back off for the moment. Yeah, I would say that's a boat. If I saw that, I'd say, yeah, there's a boat on a trailer. Is it long enough, though? That's now the question. I reckon we can actually get this boat a little bit bigger by adding maybe 2 more blocks here. And then extend this like that. Put those back. That goes there. That goes there. So we've now extended the nose. Now it's looking more speedboat-ish. But I think if we move this forward by 1, like that, and like that, I can then get rid of those 3, put those back over here. So we've just basically, all we've done is move the windscreen forward by 1 block. But by doing that, I think we've got a better boat shape. I think the dimensions are a little bit better. I'm not sure if I like the back. It's even, you can even get in it. It's actually tall enough to sit in. That's pretty cool. What if, as soon as though this is a full block, what would iron bars look like? They might be too big. They might be too big for the boat scale. But what would... Yeah, that's too big for the boat scale, isn't it? I like to do that on really big boats, but definitely not on a speedboat like this. What if we coloured this with black as well? Or maybe just a black stripe. Or a coloured stripe. Get some white carpet. What would a black stripe down the front of this look like? That looks so cool. Oh, I'm really, really impressed with that. I think that looks totally, totally awesome. So, seeing as though we're going for a speedboat look, I would probably want some sort of exhausts, or I don't know if they'd be called exhausts, but you know what I mean, like water pump ducts to pump the water out on the side. That looks totally awesome. It won't fit in the garage, but I don't think we can quite get everything to work out perfectly to scale. I like that. I really, really like that. You don't have rear lights on a boat, but we should have on the trailer. The only trouble... No, we should be able to. If we take these away, and then we do that, put it on that way. No, we should be okay. We should be okay. Put that there. Get this facing the right way, which isn't easy. That should maybe be a full block instead. Now, can I place a redstone torch on here? No, I can't. That doesn't matter. We shall instead use item frames and redstone block. Now, we can put them diagonal if we wanted to. Now that items can be rotated 45 degrees instead of just 90 degrees. We've got like a different light design at the back. I think I like that. I think I like that. And then a sign for the number plate to be on it. So we're all legal. There we go. That looks pretty cool. Now we need to hold the front of the boat up. Now this should be pretty simple with just a single cobblestone wall, I'm hoping. If we put it like right there. Now it looks somewhat secure, I feel. I feel it's like a bit securer. Maybe like that as well. Just both of them. Yeah, I like that. I like that. And then we need another slab or two. We want one there because that would hook up to the vehicle. And then maybe I should put a cobblestone wall, in fact. A cobblestone wall there. And then put a slab on top. And that looks like it's sort of the stand that you wind down when you park the trailer on its own. And then when you hook up to the vehicle, you would then like wind that leg up and you'd be free to go. That looks totally awesome. I don't like how thin this looks though. So maybe if I can slot in a slab there, and here. It now doesn't quite look as flimsy, does it? Ooh, jump. But slab there and there. That looks a cool shape from the back. I think I prefer that. You guys will have to be the judge about what you like and what you don't like about it. You can always change up things that you aren't quite happy with. But I think that looks totally awesome. It was an idea sent through Facebook. No, or Twitter. Maybe both. I think it might have been Twitter by a subscriber that contacts me quite a lot. Has a lot of ideas. And he said, what about a boat on a trailer? And as soon as I heard him say it, I was like, yes, it has to definitely be done. And then we've got distracted with the interior, so I haven't got a chance around to doing it. But yeah, it's now done. So, look at that. Wonderful. I think that looks totally awesome. Anyway, now, for the rest of the episode, I think we need to start on the annex area, because, to my knowledge, the interior of this house, of the main house, is now complete. We've got the music area. We've got all of these side rooms complete. We've got the secret games room done. Oh, yeah, someone did have a change on the game room, which I sort of like. They said to use repeaters instead of levers. I like that idea, but I tell you what I like better. I like a comparator. Swap it around this way. Oh! Oh, is that true? Where's painting? No, that's not painting. Painting. Yeah, someone said use repeaters. You can do that. What if I used a repeater? No, you can't. Yeah, someone said to use repeaters here, like that, for a better game stick. I completely agree. That looks totally better than the lever. But I do like the painting on it. But I also prefer a comparator, because we can do that and have it like the stick on. Alright, that's no problem then. We shall have to use, we have no choice but to use item frames instead then. On there and on there. Oh, I got rid of the comparator. Of course I would. that, like that, like that. So sunset simulator, I could use, we need something that looks like a sun. Oh, that looks like a sunset. Yeah, why not? And then turnip catcher. It was a painting that looked like a turnip. There you go. Like that's like turnip colour, isn't it? Like a nice big red turnip. Yeah, why not? That looks pretty cool. I like it. Definitely a better design. Oh, where's my pressure plates? I'm stuck in here. There you go. Yeah, definitely a better design with the comparators. I 100% agree. But the interior is done in here now, so we need to move on to the annex. Let's take the shortcut through here, which we've got in here now. We need to do a blueprint, like we always do, of where we want certain things to go. And I think I want to maybe go with this block, this prismarine block, as the base of the interior walls. Let's get a torch in here so you guys can see. It's a really nice block. I think I really like this block. I also like this one, but we've already used this one in the gym. But I like this block, and we can obviously, I like the green and white together. Do I like that? You know, it doesn't look terrible. I don't like those two blocks together, but those two look okay. Yeah, just as like the theme for the interior in here. But what we also need to remember... Oh, did I break? Nope. What we also need to remember is that this is still a garage, so we need to keep this garage free from everywhere else. I think that's what that line was there for. So yeah, this is the garage section, and I think we'll probably keep this pretty much maybe straight along, maybe go in a couple of blocks here, and then have this come out to here. So this door goes into the garage, and then this door is away into the annex itself. Now, I've got a rough blueprint, but this blueprint was when we were going to use this as the changing room, I think, from what I can remember. So we're going to remove those, and then I'll light up the interior so you guys can see a little bit better, because it's so dark. Now, it's not a huge area. We do have potential for an upstairs, but I don't think it's going to be worth doing an upstairs. As you can see, the ceiling, the roof, in fact, comes down pretty low. And if we ended up putting a floor in, let's say we put a floor in here, that leaves our ceiling at a good height on the first floor. But then when we go up here, we need a ceiling above that, which would be here. Now, is that tall enough? Remember that we're going to have lights and coving and stuff. Like, if I jump, I do hit my head. I can feel myself hitting it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's, like, the only way that we could get an upstairs in here. We've only got these two little windows upstairs anyway. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to think about it a little bit more. Let's treat it as a bungalow, and then if we have space upstairs, maybe we can do a couple of rooms. So, this is the only door into the area. Have those vines grown around the corner? I wonder if they have. I think they have. This is the only way into this annex, so we probably want this going into a nice lounge first. I always like a house that goes straight into a lounge. Let's have that lounge to there then. And then we want a doorway out. Let's do it directly opposite the front door. And stick this straight into a kitchen. A kitchen and dining room in the same room. But maybe with a little bit of shape to it. So we'll drop it in by one block. I like that. So we can have a kitchen maybe here along this wall. So the kitchen blocks would be like here. Yeah, I like that. And then a dining area over there, but nice and open plan sort of style. And then we need a couple of bedrooms. Well, we need a bathroom. Well, we can put the bathroom off here. In fact, that sort of drop back there is like perfect for a bathroom to go in here. I like that. And we shall put a nice little doorway in there. This tiny little room here, what could we use this for? Because that bathroom's big enough. I don't think that bathroom needs to be all the way to there, does it? Oh, I'm using the wrong block. What could be a little tiny area? What was someone saying? We got music room, which is what you guys asked for. There was another thing, oh, an art room was another one that you guys said. This is looking really purple now. That didn't look quite as purple before, did it? It's animated. What? That looked so there we go. It is animated. Who knew? Or is it just my eyes? Oh no, that is changing colour. That is certainly changing colour, right? Yeah, there's no purple in it now. That just freaked me out. And now we're getting to purple again. I don't know if anybody's noticed that. I don't think anybody has noticed that this is an animated block. I saw some videos that people were putting out saying, oh, this is an animated one. Oh, this is an animated block. Yeah, but this, I don't see this spotted yet. Interesting. Yeah, we could maybe do this as an art room. I think that at a push, if you potentially think enough about it, an armor stand could look like an easel for paintings to go on. In fact, can we put a painting straight on it out of interest? Painting. No item frame, that is. Oh, well, we'll have an item frame as a second experiment. Nope. Nope, you can't put either on it. But yeah, it does look like an easel, so we could do some sort of art room there. However, I think it would be good to have it blocked off, maybe with a little bit of a shape like that. I like that. Now we've got potential for 2 bedrooms or 1 super large bedroom. I don't think 1 super large bedroom makes sense. What else do you need in a house? Bathroom, lounge, dining room, kitchen, bedroom. That's sort of the minimal of what you need, isn't it? Alright then, I tell you what we'll do. We shall put the door into the bathroom there. I shall knock this out into a hallway, maybe a 4-block wide hallway. And then that allows us to have the bedroom there, a hallway to the art room and bathroom, leaving the main kitchen / dining area without a door to get in the way. I think that's a much better layout and blueprint. And then I don't think that we need a upstairs area. I don't think that's necessary. I think that's too many rooms in here. So then we'll just have the ceiling probably at about this height, I'm imagining, something along there. Okay, but we are going to have to change up this floor, these wall blocks, because although it's cool to have it animated, I don't think it works as a wall if it goes purple every now and again. I think it looks a little bit weird. We're going to have to end the episode off there, though, guys. We've got it all planned out now. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode. Bye!